Journey to my benches, winter update with a huge surprise. Here's the pine, Japanese black pine. I've been wanting to get a larger black pine to work with. Haven't had a whole lot of luck yet. Something's missing there. Nice base, tons of low branches. Candles are already starting to push growth. I'm going to have to do my cut here in the next week or two from here to here so I can start working with that bottom half of the tree. The whole top half here was nothing but sacrificial to thicken up that trunk. Something missing. Sharp's Pygmy in its winter silhouette. Extremely happy with the outcome of this so far. Doing good. Close up Nabari. Again, the wound 99% healed over in one growing season. This one here as well. So we're doing something right. Next is the American elm. You can see the apex taking off up there, and I'm going to keep on letting it grow. Cool thing about these elms is almost like a Zelkova and some other species, they hold their leaves until next spring to protect the buds that are behind them. If I move this leaf out of the way, you'll see a bud right there. So kind of a little cool thing that this tree does, it holds the leaves till the following spring to protect the buds that are currently on the tree, and then when those buds start to push, it pushes the old leaves off. So next, Stewartia. So developing a pretty good sized trunk. I've cut it once way down here. This is a second cut that I've done on it, and that's what's consequently have grown. I'm also in the market for a larger trunk Stewartia. I'm currently working with a gentleman that I think there were some things on this bench here before that aren't anymore. I'm working with a gentleman that has a bonsai nursery, or bonsai is the proper terminology, in Greenville, South Carolina. His name is John Green. The name of his bonsai nursery is Green Thumb Bonsai, and that is also his website. You can check on there for some of these missing trees, possibly, as well as a lot of other material that he has currently for sale. This is the Trident Maple. Huge apex at the top here. Now, when you get to a point where the apex starts splitting and growing multiples, it's time to do another trunk chop. So my thought is I'm probably going to use either this as the new apex or this one right above it, although the one right above it I've cut once already, so this one doesn't. It still has a viable growing leader. So to get the taper, I think this is going to end up being the new apex. I've got a couple things I'm going to be grafting. We're going to be doing a video on this here shortly. Corkbark Japanese maple, just did the video on. It's doing well. See if I can get a different angle of it here so you can see what's going on. I don't know why this glare, I don't know if this glare is showing up in the camera. If it is, I apologize. See if I can change the settings on this thing after this video. Next is, of course, the Corkbark Elm, Nair 2.0. I'm going to be doing a video on this one here shortly as well. Up next is the Chalkbark Maple. I'm going to be doing one on that as well. Remember, guys, there's a teaser at the end of this video. Here is the Crepe Myrtle. Don't know if this one's going to be here much longer. I've got a friend of mine, like I said, that was interested in this possibly. If he's not, then we're going to go ahead and do a video on it because I like this tree a lot. It's got a lot of great potential. Of course, this is the wonderful hedge maple. Probably going to end up going in the ground this season. Let me shoot back over here. Trident maple, we've just shot a video. There's the reduction of the apex. This is where I see the new leader being, but I've left that much on it in case it wants to die back. It can die back clear to there, and then I'm good to go. There's the thread graft I just did on it, and there's where it comes out the rear. Of course, there's the Pyracantha, and here's the other Trident maple that we're working on still from the journey to the nursery. It's growing well. Got a few small back branches, but we'll be doing some thread grafting on that one as well. And here's the front of the pyracantha. And of course, teaser, whoa. Here is the, here is the Japanese hornbeam. We did a thread graft here, and all the trimming of the branches, and we'll be letting this thing grow this season. Teaser, holy what? This is a new one, new acquisition from Green Thumb Bonsai. This is a red pine, doing healthy. It was in a Tokonoma pot that was split, so I actually ended up having to transplant it into this pot. Got a really nice nabari. These are all roots coming through here, as you can see. Not going to do any videos of this one this season other than the Journey to My Benches series, because I'm going to let it rest. It is a little sickly in some areas. It needs to be pumped back up before we do much work to it. So, you know, this is one of those types of trees where when you get it, you need to let it rest and get acclimated for a couple years. Hopefully it'll live. I mean, it seems to be healthy. I'm not real happy with the color of the needles. Wasn't in the best condition, but it was in the best condition of all the trees that, all the pines that he had currently. Now I'm still potentially going to be getting another Japanese black pine, but I figured I couldn't pass up an opportunity on a wonderful red pine like this. You know, see, I hope that most of this is just, you know, third year needles. I've been going through here a little bit, cleaning all this out as I see it, and just kind of letting the tree do its own thing, making sure it doesn't get dried out or anything like that. And I mean, the buds, they seem to be in really good shape, seem to be fairly healthy. I mean, of course, down low, these smaller buds that don't get as much light aren't going to be as healthy. So we're going to do some balancing and some fertilizing on this one to bring it back up to maximum health before we do a whole lot of work on it. As you can see, these branches are really long before you get to any growth. So it's going to be a challenge to get this thing brought back into shape. But alright, teaser's over. Here we go, guys. Trident maple. Yes, trident maple. Just to give you an idea of the size of the trunk on this thing, this is my hand. It's about twice the size of the hornbeam. Maybe not quite twice the size of the hornbeam, but just put the two into perspective. It's massive. This was an acquisition from Green Thumb Bonsai as well. It's going to be a 2 or 3 year project. I'm doing styling on it more so than actually keeping the tree. I don't know that I want a trident maple that's this size. I mean, it's immense. It's going to be a pain to move around. It's got a horrible scar right here that we're going to need to do some carving on. Of course, we're going to need to do some work on the top to get down to the apex. You know, the apex of the tree is actually right here, so you've got, you know, 4 inches or better of chop there before you actually get to something. I mean, there's another small one right here, but this one's growing well, and it's the dominant leader, so we're going to let it maintain itself as the dominant leader. And of course, using that will kind of put a little bit of movement into this trunk, because of course it's going to be going this direction and then back up. So as you can see, these daggone squirrels have been eating my pyracantha, eating the berries off of it. This is the first year I let the berries grow on the pyracantha, and you can see they are fire red. Some of these get more of an orange berry. I've even seen some with a yellow berry, but mine just happens to be a fire red berry, so I'm kind of cool, kind of excited about that. But of course, these daggone squirrels have been doing their pruning. For instance, right there they've chewed it off, right there they've chewed it off, and they're after these berries. So I think I'm going to have to come out here and cut these berries off now before they get too carried away with it. Just removing some branching that doesn't belong at the very bottom of the tree here, guys. So that's winter update. As you can see, there's a ton of my trees that are gone here. I had to give up a lot of stuff to acquire those 2 pieces of material, but in my opinion, they're well worth it. And like I said, this one's more on loan than anything. That may change as time progresses. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not a real huge fan of it at the moment. It's got this crazy root that comes through here and then a bunch of stuff here. And he was thinking about doing mother-daughter, but in my opinion, it needs to be lopped off right here. And then that way it'll be easier to fit into a decent sized growing container. Guys, this container, this is 2 feet from here to here and 4 feet from here to here, to give you just an idea of how big this trunk really is. It's almost 20 inches. So that's the winter update. Of course, I still got another surprise coming for you guys, so stay tuned. I appreciate your views, your comments, and everything that you do to contribute to my website here, or my YouTube channel. And thanks for watching. We are 3 days away from Christmas, just to give you an idea of what time of year it is and where we are on these trees. That one's already pushing buds, that's why we had to do a video on that one. Everything else is fairly dormant still, but this one was pushing buds. I mean, you can see it almost looks like these things are ready to come out right now. If you can see that or not, but those buds look like they're ready to pop at any minute. Just to give you an idea, that's the thread graft that we did. So wanted to get to them before it got too late. This is extremely dormant still. You can see all this. I don't know if you can or not. Let's see if I can get up close to one that's no bud poppage or anything on that. It's just perfectly dormant. So we'll be doing a video on this one here shortly. Like I said, the pine's just kind of in a chill phase. Yeah, the lower branch on that thing was dead, so it was completely died off here. This one's 90% dead. It's just got this one little teeny bit right here. This one's dead in the front, except for this. It's got this little small branch here, but I mean, just look at the distance between the actual needles and the base of the tree. So it's going to take a lot of work to get this thing back to where it belongs, but it's a task that I was willing to take on because it's a red pine. Haven't seen many red pines that are that good looking in the United States at the moment, but I don't get out much, so there may be more. Thanks for watching, guys.